It's just a really typical PvZ.
Yep, yep, definitely.
Unveiling Muta against Siege Tank Marine. Really, really typical.
So this is going to go ahead and move us into the second game, I do believe. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing, Mr. Zerg. I don't know what to say about that.
So weird. Alright, in the top right we have the green Zerg, CptKirk, and in the bottom left we have the pink Terran, Phreon.
Excellent. We're going to go ahead and kick off the second game. This is CptKirk versus Phreon. Best of 3, second round for the second TeamBCN.net Bronze Open House. Hopefully, I really would love to make this a regular tournament event, as we do get a lot of cool people in the chat and a lot of cool people in the tournament. CptKirk was actually in the last tournament, and I do believe I'm not actually 100% sure how he plays. I think he got to the second round and unfortunately got knocked out from there. But this time he's in the second round again, and I am definitely rooting for him as someone who's watched his stream a few times for sure.
Streaming this? Oh, he's actually streaming his games.
Heck yeah. That's how we do it. Yep, and there's the link to CptKirk's. Definitely, guys. Definitely check out his stream if you want to see that point of view cam. It's always fun, especially if you have that whole dual monitor setup. That can be sexy.
Definitely. Now a lot of people are asking, when are the other league tourneys?
Yeah.
I'll make that regular, or
well, for
is
now,
it be a regular tourney, or is it just gonna be a regular bronze tourney?
yeah, for now we're gonna do regular bronze tourneys on Wednesdays, and then we're gonna try to get a regular diamond tourney on the weekend. I do know we have this Saturday is gonna be the diamond tourney. As for other tourneys, it does depend. I would recommend everyone go to teambcn.net and check out the forums, because that's the first place that you can go ahead and find out what's gonna happen next. I would love to get more and more tourneys, and it does depend on if I can get more and more people to go ahead and help me with this, because it is a lot of work, but it is definitely worth it 110%.
Okay.
But I would love to get more and more tourneys going down, because we got a lot of cool people showing up and a lot of really cool people playing. And one of the really fun parts is that we see this. We're seeing a bunch of the same faces showing up for these tourneys, and that's really cool to go ahead and see these guys progress. And if we can get a silver tourney and a gold tourney going, we could potentially see some of these guys go ahead and get promoted and move on up. Such as
Let's talk about the game now.
Alrighty.
Definitely, man. CptKirk actually went for hatch first, now going into spawn, pool, and gas. And Phreon actually opting to go for a 1-rack expand in base, taking his gas just now. Double gas. We might see some Banshees.
Yeah, we're seeing a really interesting, a double gas and a command center. So yeah, I definitely think it could be some kind of really small army count with a really high tech advantage that's going to go ahead and try and give Phreon the time that he needs to go ahead and make this natural go down. This is really interesting. I don't think I've really noticed this happen before, where the double gas and the command center went down. I think this can be really powerful. However, I do think it could be really fragile at the same time.
Yeah, really. Probably, like, the fragilest is going to go to is, like, a Bane bust all in. But we saw something like that from CptKirk, but it was really late, actually. So I think he'll be in a fine position, especially noting that he took the expansion first and then went in the spawning pool, so his speed is going to be delayed. Now seeing a tech lab on the barracks and a factory coming down. Really weird play right now. Might go actually into some mech, or like I said before, Banshees with this tech lab.
Yeah, it could be Banshees. I think what's going in my mind is Banshees or Hellions. However, no matter what it is, I do think this is something that Phreon has practiced before, because this is particularly unorthodox, and we're seeing a sacrificial overlord pop into the base at just about 6 minutes, and he is going to miss the command center, but he is going to see this factory plop down.
Yeah, definitely. That's a really big fault. I actually should have had these Marines defending this, because now CptKirk definitely knows what's going on, sees the tech lab on both, sees the double gas, and should see this expansion.
Nice, 2 more racks on the way, and yeah, I think this overlord completely paid for itself. We're seeing a tech lab on a we're seeing a tech lab on a barracks, a tech lab on a barracks, and a tech lab on a factory. I don't know, man. I think this might be I think this actually might be really difficult for Phreon to make work for him.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it looks like he's gonna go straight into actually just go straight into siege tank Marines. Definitely definitely a different style than we saw last time. Really strange.
I like that he went. I like that he got that command center super fast. But right now we do see that his composition is 4, 5, 6, 7 Marines total at the 7:30 minute mark. So he is a bit fragile right now. But it does look like Zerg may not punish him for this. We do see a nice pack of Lings though running around. I think they're gonna. He already has Bull's Tower, so right now he's feeling pretty darn safe to go ahead and take that third and saturate it.
Definitely. And he really needs to, since Phreon went for this really fast for second orbital.
And it looks like the composition may be pretty darn similar. We're seeing tanks come out a reactor for 2 of these barracks, and I think what this was is pretty much the same thing he did last time, but just a different way to go about it.
Definitely. And we're not seeing that Hellion pressure, which really slowed down his expansion compared to this time.
Nice.
But definitely seeing that hatch first, I think putting it on the low ground wouldn't have been a problem, definitely.
These poor little Lings are going to get a little... He does see the siege tech. And he does see a second orbital.
This bunker's in a very odd position. Can't really reach this end, so the Lings can actually scoot through and kind of scout around, but now that the siege tank is down, shouldn't have a problem with that again. We see CptKirk actually going in a heavy drone right now.
Excellent.
Being really greedy as possible, being that usual Zerg. Hopefully starting to spread that creep. Yeah, there it goes.
And I think we're gonna.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I do think we're gonna see after seeing that tech lab. After seeing that that siege tech, we are gonna see banelings on the field. And I think we're gonna see a pretty similar game. But I do wonder if CptKirk is gonna be a little more timid to be the engager. I would like to see him wait for his opponent to move out and then punish him for being on open ground.
Definitely. This position, I really don't like how he goes for so many banelings early, because you really can't get in there with the siege tanks already coming out, which he did scout with that great overlord. Should know what's up. And we see a supply depot wall definitely coming down.
Do you think we're going to see a 2 base from Terran, or do you think we're going to see an effort to go ahead and try and grab a third?
I think it's just going to be a usual 2 base. If he's going to take a third, he really needs to do it now, so he can keep on bases with Zerg. But Zerg's third really isn't saturated. Now sending over a lot of drones actually going to just completely prove me wrong.
Excellent. Excellent. Double evolution chambers going down, a queen for each base, and right now CptKirk is dangerously close to 3 saturated bases, and once he hits that point, he can use all this lava for army and just go ahead and put enormous aggression and have something to fall back on. So reactor for the starport.
There goes the third coming down right now for the Terran.
Excellent.
This double Evo is actually going to throw him way ahead, because we don't see Terran going for any upgrades right now. I don't even think there's an NG bay in sight. Oh, there's 2, but he's not using them yet. Really needs to get working on that. There goes the +1/+1. I know.
Now it looks like CptKirk is moving in to go ahead and put in some damage.
But
in that positioning.
Really, actually a really good outcome for Terran, I feel.
Absolutely.
Let's see how many units lost in that. Definitely, look at that unit lost. Have really big deficit right now. But we have to remember, CptKirk is on his third base, while Terran is not. gonna put him in an okay spot right now.
Yeah, right now all this lever can go to Army, so I do think he can remax pretty darn fast. But I want to know if he has a late game in mind. If he wants to go ahead and tech into something a little different. We do see the Spire going down, but I wonder if that's going to mean we're going to see Broodlords, Corruptors, or some Infestor play. I do want to see some of these late game units as we are reaching towards the 14-minute mark, and Zerg is on 3 bases.
Going down that 4th too. I feel like he's gonna go for that Greater Spire, definitely, because the Spire is coming up as soon as his hive is starting.
Excellent, yes.
We also see Burrow coming in.